Hello, everyone, and welcome to MeowMix, the Carolina Panthers podcast. My name is Steven.
My name is Jerry.
And today we are doing our official mock draft. And joining us after a short absence, but you know he's been around, Jason Hewitt from Sports Illustrated, covering the Panthers. Welcome back, man.
Woo! Good to see y'all, man. Let's go. We mocking it up tonight. Gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
And shoot, let's get it. I'm ready to roll.
Jason was very surprised that we were doing an actual mock draft today. So,
but I'm here for it though.
Good.
We getting it in. Let's go.
We're the war room, and we're gonna be discussing it amongst ourselves. All right,
Jerry. Let's kick this off, man.
So, can everybody see my screen?
Gotcha.
Yes, I can.
I couldn't pause it fast enough, so Trevor Lawrence has already gone to the Jaguars, which he already has their playbook anyway. So
no.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and start it up.
All right.
Oh, this is
Wilson. Yep.
Zach Wilson goes number 2 to the Jets. Trey Lance number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Pitts to the Falcons.
Oh, I wouldn't let you pick him anyways.
Devontae Smith 5 to the Bengals. Jamar Chase 6 to the Dolphins. Mac Jones 7 to the Detroit Lions.
All right, and I will reject this offer from Green Bay because we are going to do a straight draft where we don't make any trades.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Ooh.
I think our choice is pretty obvious here for the listeners. There are some good players left on the board. Penei Sewell, Jerry and I's number 1 on our draft big board. Justin Fields is available. Rashawn Slater is available. Patrick Surtain, Jason's guy, is available. I think we know what's going on here, right?
Do we?
Now, Jason might be thinking differently from us.
If he's thinking Fields, I could easily see us pulling the trigger here because if we're not sold on Darnold, I think Fields is going to be a star. I really do.
But I want. It's the war room,
Mm-hmm.
So I want y'all to be convinced as well. So my thing is,
I love the fact that these two are available right now because this would really tear my heart because
this is like best case, worst case scenario.
Yeah,
exactly.
So Jason, what are your thoughts on Sewell and Slater? I want to hear, what do you think as an O-line guru about those guys? Are either of them like generational offensive linemen?
I feel like Sewell is absolutely generational. He's a once every 10 years pick. I am very high on Sewell. And the fact that he's so young and he's able to pull off some of the things he's done on the field. And the thing is, like, his technique isn't necessarily the best, but his athleticism allows him to get in really great positions. And with some more coaching, I feel like he could be absolutely dominant. Now with Slater, he's more of a technician, in my opinion, which is much needed. And I feel like he'll be a stud in the NFL as well. But he's a little small,
right?
He is small, and like his arms are a little short. But if you move him to guard, I feel like he could be an elite guard, like a Brandon Brooks, potentially Quentin Nelson level guard. That's how highly I think of him.
Wow.
But yeah, go ahead.
But when you want, the Panthers need a tackle. If you draft Slater, it's kind of that nervous. Yeah, he could be a great guard, and he could be a good tackle, but it's
a top 10 pick. Yeah.
If it was between those two, I'd go Sewell all day. But Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on Sam Darnold. I'm not.
So,
I understand that.
So
but you are sold on Justin Fields.
Yes.
No doubts in your mind.
No doubts in my mind. I think he's quarterback 2.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're not really interested in talking Jalen Waddle or Patrick Surtain at what these guys left on the board here.
No.
I don't think any of us have any reservations about picking Sewell or Fields over those guys.
Well, I'll say that I'm Sewell here, just because I don't know. I guess since we signed Darnold, my mind has sort of been off quarterback, and I've been looking at these other guys, and even with the quarterbacks, Jerry and I have said all along that getting a stud left tackle is so important for the franchise. They haven't had one since Jordan Gross.
Mm-hmm.
And Elena Getzenberg from the Charlotte Observer, who we had on a few weeks ago, did a really interesting article today, basically saying that the Panthers are the only team in the NFL that haven't drafted a left tackle in the first round since they drafted Jordan Gross. And what was it, 2000? Wow. I don't even know, 7 or something. So they could rectify that if the board falls this way, which I don't think it will.
I don't think it will.
Based on this, with this mock draft here. But to me, if Sewell is available, and Jason, especially from what you've just said about him, makes me even higher on him. I think that had to be the pick. So Jerry, why don't you break the tie here?
Oh man, this is tough because I love both of these guys, and I don't believe in Darnold that much. So if you go Sewell, you're going to have a stud left tackle for the next 5 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
If you go Justin Fields, quarterback's always a risk. But,
And then let's remember, Scott Fitterer also said that he had one quarterback on his mind. And let's also remember that they didn't show up to Trey Lance's second workout, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear they like Fields a lot.
Yeah.
I'm pulling the trigger. Fields.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
All right. I'm fine with that. I mean, it'd be exciting to watch.
It would.
So what do we do with Darnold here? Do we
let him
try to trade Darnold? You think you can get a third for Darnold or something?
I think you let him compete and maybe try to trade him either this year or maybe, you could let him walk. Unfortunately, give up a second round pick. And I also went Fields because the tackle position is pretty deep.
Very deep.
In this draft. And again, Fields is I feel like he's a franchise quarterback, and I'm not sure Darnold is. I think Darnold could be a starting quarterback.
Oh, that's 100%. I'm not completely sold on Fields being a franchise quarterback, but I'm pretty 90% sure that Darnold is not a franchise quarterback. So I agree with you there. Just kind of looking through this mock, it was interesting to me that Darisaw offensive tackle went before Slater. What are your thoughts on him, Jason? If the Panthers happen to trade back and that's the best O lineman available, or would you be happy with that pick?
I'd be cool with it. I wouldn't. Happy is a little strong. I think Darisaw is solid, but he's very, what's the word? I know he's an O lineman, so I guess stocky isn't really the best word, but the way he moves, he's very athletic. I'll give him that. But he doesn't move like, oh boy, who did we just discuss?
Sewell
Slater. Or Slater.
Yeah.
I don't even personally, I feel like guys like Tevin Jenkins is better than him as well.
Okay.
So he's a solid prospect, but this class is so deep at O-line that you can't go too wrong. So he's solid. I wouldn't go crazy or anything, but he'd be a solid pick.
Yeah. Well, we are in round 2 here, and just looking at some of the guys on the board, we've got Jamin Davis, linebacker, Ifeatu Melon, I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Cornerback.
Cornerback from Syracuse.
Ifeatu Melifonwu.
There you go. Cornerback out of Syracuse.
Yes, sir.
And then a couple of guys.
Hey, I watch a lot of his film, actually.
Jerry and I did our most recent podcast where we talked about guys outside of the first round the Panthers could look at. And these next 2 guys are guys that Jerry and I called out. Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle, Alabama, and then Pat Freiermuth,
yeah.
tight end out of Penn State. I think probably those top 4 guys I just said, one of these picks is going to be that guy. Let me pound the table.
Don't count out Kelvin Joseph there, cornerback out of Kentucky. He's impressive, man.
He is
solid.
He is.
Could
he
you
doesn't
do
have
me
a cool name though.
Yeah.
Can you open up the filter for our O lineman if possible?
Sure thing. Tackle or guard or center?
Tackle. Let's start at tackle. Oh,
Dylan Redunz is still there.
So there's Dylan Redunz. There's Liam Eichenberg. Oh, wow.
Yeah, still some good guys. Redunz was another guy we talked about in our.
I love Redunz. That man is a savage. And then there's Leatherwood. Oh, what do y'all think? I want to know y'all.
Okay, I definitely think we should with these guys available. I think we definitely need to go tackle here, especially since we just picked up Justin Fields in the first round. Let's keep him protected.
I disagree.
Really? Let's hear your thoughts.
Let me see that tight end, Jerry.
Okay.
Pat. Old Pat. I'm just going to call him Pat.
Mm-hmm.
From Penn State. A lot of people have a first round grade on him. He is an excellent blocking tight end. Now, he's not an offensive lineman. He's an excellent blocking tight end. He would be a big upgrade over who the Panthers have at tight end. I mean, they signed Darnold in the offseason, but that guy, I mean, he's had like 10 catches over the last 3 years or something. Like, he's not very good. So upgrading at tight end, I think the Panthers should really be high on in this draft. And a guy like Fiermuth, who, you know, is going to be probably available at that pick with all the skills he has. I don't know. I mean, I would have loved to have gone offensive tackle in the first round, so we wouldn't have to have this conversation.
Yeah.
But I like this guy a lot. I'm sitting here with Pancaked and with Jerry, who both want
tackle. Like, I don't want to do you like that back to back, but okay, here's the thing. Let me sell you. Have you seen some of Brevin Jordan's film?
I have not.
No.
He is a very solid athlete, and I feel like if you want a playmaker who can make the spec catches, who can give you a lot of solid runs after the catch, he would do very well in the third round. I think he's going to fall. Also, like Tommy Tremble out of Notre Dame, I feel like he's a very solid pick at tight end. And plus, I mean, Dan Arnold, like, he's not the answer, clearly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But at least they did try to cover the tight end position. So, it's already bandaged. And offensive line really isn't right now.
Oh.
So why not prioritize that first?
That's what I was trying to tell you guys.
I get it. I do get it.
There's a difference between a franchise quarterback and a tight end.
If you believe he's a franchise quarterback, sure.
So
I do. I think there's no doubt that Sewell is a franchise offensive tackle. I think there is doubt that Fields is a franchise quarterback, but I'm fine. I mean, you know, again, this is the war room. We're going to, you know, ultimately probably defer to Jason here as the offensive line expert. You and I are not an expert on anything.
No.
Stop, y'all. Stop.
Well, let me see offensive tackle again. I mean, out of these guys, Jason, are you know, we've got our rankings here, you know, on this PFN mock simulator. They got Leatherwood quite a bit higher than Redunz, but are you higher on Redunz than Leatherwood?
The order, like for those who are listening, is Leatherwood at 37, Redunz at 51, and Eichenberg at 61. I would switch Eichenberg and Redunz in my opinion. I think Eichenberg's are very, very solid, but if it was up to me, I'd take Leatherwood all day.
Yeah. I think Jerry would probably agree with you, and this is one of the guys that he had on our list.
I was going to say, if you would have said Eichenberg over those guys, I'm going to revert to you as you are the offensive line specialist. But yeah, Leatherwood for me, because, well, you said his name and he fell.
Pull the trigger. Let's do it.
Ooh. All right.
All right. Take the long road now to the next pick here.
I wish I could speed it up as at the start it asked you the speed and you want to go slow so you can discuss about who's falling, but now it's like Javonte Williams to the Jaguars, Jamin Davis at 46 that would be a nice little pickup for them.
That would.
Yeah, that was to the Patriots.
And
then there goes Fairmouth to the Cardinals. Kyler Murray picks up a weapon. Yeah. So far, Panthers are Justin Fields and then Leatherwood, the offensive tackle. So far we've focused pretty much on the offense. I feel like that's probably the way the Panthers will go early on in this draft, considering all defense last draft.
Yeah, literally.
And then also in this offseason, they've really focused a lot on the defense. They really haven't done a ton of offensive signings. So
Rondell Moore went late in the second to Buffalo.
Sure did.
Yeah, we're finish up the second round here, moving on to the third.
Oh man.
Hey Jerry, go back to all so we can kind of see who else is still left there.
Ooh, okay.
Now there's a guy I like here. I'm sure you guys are gonna say no.
I'm assuming it's a tight end.
I want to hear you out.
It's probably a tight end.
We'll see if he's still there when we got 2 more picks to go.
Jordan's gone.
He's not. Dang. He's not gone. He's not there anymore. I like.
You were looking at De'Ami Brown.
I like De'Ami Brown, the wide receiver out of Carolina. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's solid.
Oh
man.
Yeah. All right, Jerry.
So,
what we got?
The top on the board shows Jay Tuffle, defensive tackle at USC. Tufele. Elijah Molden, cornerback out of Washington. Jalen Mayfield, offensive tackle, Michigan.
He's
Hamza
solid.
Nasiruddin, safety out of Florida State.
Josh Myers, center, Ohio State. Yeah. Couple of other guys here. Hunter Long, the tight end out of Boston College. I like Amari Rodgers, the wide receiver out of Clemson, just as a kind of a replacement for Curtis Samuel. I feel like that's decent. I don't know that I see some other guys here I like more, but Jason, what jumps out at you of the guys that are left available here?
Could you go to the corners filter? Oh, I like Tyson Campbell out of Georgia. But that tight end argument. See, now we're stuck. See, you kind of called it. Could you go to tight end? Because I'm thinking of the Panthers' needs right now.
Yeah. Corner also a big need.
Jordan's available. Oh, we got to go tight end. It doesn't have to be Jordan, but it has to be one either between Long, Jordan, or Trimble to me.
Jerry, what are your thoughts?
I like Trimble. I didn't know if we're going tight end. I'm leaning towards Trimble. I know he's rated lower, but I don't know Hunter Long as well as I do Trimble.
Well, so
let's look up his stats real quick. Well, I got
for the listeners here, while Jason looks at his stats. For the listeners, Trimble is ranked 101 here, so this is pick 73. There's a chance that he would still be there in 4th round.
Yeah.
I'll give you my thoughts here. I like some of these corners that are available.
I can switch them over.
I don't love Hunter Long, the tight end that's at the highest ranked here.
I don't either. I think Jordan's the best tight end on the list, in my opinion.
Yeah. And Jordan probably will be gone by our 4th round pick.
Oh yeah, he'll be gone.
I like that these 2 top corners here, Elijah Molden and Tyson Campbell. And I do think the Panthers should address corner. So the way that I always think of the draft, Jason, is your first 3 rounds, you should be trying to draft starters. Is the way I kind of look at it. If you're able to draft a starter, you should draft a starter. And then from the 4th round on, roll the dice on some guys, reach for some guys, guys that you really like that maybe you don't need right now or don't fit the drastic need. So again, I'm willing to kind of talk about it. But my I really like actually Campbell out of Georgia. I'm a Georgia football fan.
Actually,
I'm a Georgia fan too.
Go
Dogs.
Okay.
Go Dogs.
So that the thought of Trimble still being there next round, and I like Campbell a lot. I think you swayed me. I think you swayed me to go Campbell here.
I'd be cool with Campbell.
Yeah, let's go Campbell.
Okay.
All right, Tyson Campbell, cornerback out of Georgia, the 3rd round pick for the Panthers.
Let's go.
Hunter Long went right after Campbell too.
You sure did.
What do you think about some of the centers in this draft, Jason? Do you think the Panthers should look at drafting Paradis's replacement here?
I feel like Paradis got some years left in him. That's just me. I mean, I get why people were kind of hard on him, but he had a pretty decent season last year.
Yeah, much better than his first season here.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh.
And I feel like there's too many holes in other positions to take a gamble at center. That's just me, though.
So it's his last year on his contract this year, so they'd have to re-sign him next year to keep him around. But, I mean, if he has another season like he did last year, I think they should because he was solid.
He was solid.
Okay, in our draft, never mind. I was about to say something, but Jay Tafoa Witt finally.
Bailey.
Yeah, Jordan's gone too.
Oh man, there goes my wide receiver, Amari Rodgers.
Man, there goes Rodgers.
That's all right. I think our tight end from Notre Dame's still out there.
All right.
Oh, Chicago grabbed Kellen Mond.
Yeah, they can take him. I'm not a fan.
Seems like a good fit for him. Place where mediocre quarterback is top tier.
Yeah. You said it, not me.
I mean, come on. When you trade for Nick Foles to start for you, come on.
Yeah. That's a poverty franchise right now. But hopefully they'll shake that because Bears fans are pretty cool from my experiences.
Well, Tommy Tremble did last.
No.
He did last to the 4th round, but he went number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
That's painful.
Right.
All right.
We'll talk about it here. So we got a couple more picks so the Panthers come up. Just kind of looking at the board.
Trill Williams is gone. Dang, I liked him too. We got a corner though, so we're fine.
Yeah.
All right. So we're looking right now. We'll just kind of call it the top few guys here. Quincy Roche, edge out of Miami. Adarius Washington, safety. Safety's a position of needs. Tutu Atwell, one of the great names of the draft. Wide receiver out of Louisville. Just kind of looking here. Trey Sermon, running back, Ohio State. Tyler Shelvin, DT out of LSU. So there's some options here. And Kyle Trask, by the way, quarterback. Well, we don't need a quarterback. We drafted Fields. So
yes, we did.
So what are you guys thinking here? Anything jump out at you of the guys that?
I'm checking tight ends real quick to see if
there's nobody really ranked.
Only McKinney later on.
Yeah, this is not a deep tight end draft. I think there's like maybe 5 guys that you really would feel good about drafting.
I agree.
Darius Washington's good, but he's just too small in my opinion.
He is very small. Yeah, I looked at his stuff too.
What do you guys think about?
Possible. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what do you guys think about a running back at some point? We lost Mike Davis.
We did.
McCaffrey is back, but we saw last year how fragile that can be.
Yeah.
And right now, they don't really have the guy on the roster that I would feel comfortable handing the ball to, 20 times a game. So I don't know how you guys feel about Trey Sermon here, the running back out of Ohio State. I'm going to kind of look him up here.
Yeah. He's solid. Well, let's see.
Let's see. PFF says Sermon is solid. He's not going to be transforming any running games, though. So
yeah.
Probably a good backup running back.
Lacks speed and quickness. That's his negative. So that doesn't really flow with Joe Brady's offense there.
No.
No.
Could be a pound the ball into the end zone guy.
Yeah.
Save some of those hits on McCaffrey.
Yeah. Let me think. I'm trying to think of other needs. I'd be fine with him at round 4, but let me think.
What about these safeties? You like Cisco?
I like Cisco more
Cisco's
than I do
still available.
Washington. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's who I'm leaning towards.
That's very intriguing.
So PFF, just looking at PFF real quick, Andre Cisco, they've got a 2nd round grade on him. And then we're in the 4th round here. Just very fast. He's a playmaker. Got the great size for the position.
Yes, he does.
Some of the negatives: roller coaster with his reads. He'll take any bait that you leave him. Yeah, and he can be coached out of that. Tore his ACL recently, so that might be why he's fallen a bit here. But I mean, I'd be okay taking a flyer on him. Like, this is a guy that I feel like if you can get a guy that's falling because of an injury or something, and grab him, later than you normally would, that I love those guys in the 4th round.
I do
and up.
So is it a consensus with Cisco?
Let's go Cisco.
Let's go Cisco.
All right.
Cisco is at the thong song,
draft,
right?
man.
Cisco.
Oh yeah, this is
probably one of the
draft. Best drafts I've seen.
Yeah,
I'd be pretty excited about this draft.
Yeah,
for sure.
I still want some more O-line help. Some guard.
I do too. I looked at Stone for Scythe, but Cisco would probably be a better pick. I want them to double dip at O-line, but I really don't see it happening.
Yeah, we have
early in the draft, I guess.
Preferably earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe like round 2 and 3.
Yeah. I really do think that it's going to be really interesting if Fields is there at 8, what the Panthers do, because that to me is like, that's a potentially franchise defining decision.
Yeah.
If you pass on him or if you take him, that's like your next 3 years, 4 years are.
That's going to be Fitter and
Rule.
And honestly, if you take Fields, I think you have more leeway with the fans than if you don't take Fields.
Pass on him. I agree.
Because if you pass on him and he's great, then you're gonna get killed for it.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna get killed for it.
And you should be. To be honest with you, if you pass on a franchise quarterback and your fans don't think you have a franchise quarterback, I mean, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I haven't talked to anybody that's like over the moon thrilled with the Darnold thing and just feels like he's fixed the quarterback position. Even the Panthers don't sound like that they're 100% on him. They haven't even picked up his 5th-year option yet.
I think it doesn't matter. I think no matter what, after the draft, they're going to pick it up. But I think
if they draft Fields, I don't think they will. If they draft a quarterback in the 1st round, I don't think they pick up that 5th-year option.
You don't think they would pick it up and try to trade him later on?
No, I think he'd be easier to trade without picking it up.
Well, then you wouldn't be able to trade him. Oh, you meant just for that 1 year? Okay.
Yeah, like trading him now,
Kind of like what the Jets did with Teddy Bridgewater, where they signed him and then traded him in the training camp. So, okay.
Yeah. All right. So we are in the 5th round here. Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh, I was just going to say exactly what you did. Bobby Brown, defensive tackle, Texas A&M is on top of the big board. Oh man, of course this name.
This is why I threw it to you.
Ogundeji, edge from Notre Dame.
Adedakunbo Ojundeji. Yeah. Ogundeji. Yeah, there you go.
Ogundeji.
Yeah.
Oh, that's impressive.
Let me think. I appreciate you.
I'll take the next one here, Jerry. Garrett Wallow. That's an easy one.
Drake Jackson, offensive.
That's a center. Yeah. And then Victor Dimukeje.
Yeah, Jumukeje.
Kade Johnson.
Out of Duke.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, South Dakota State's available too.
Yeah. I already have my name in the mind, but keep reading.
Divine Diablo.
That's a hard
Divine Diablo.
That is a hard name.
This is a guy that we did talk about but
really?
we already addressed safety, so
yes, we
Yeah,
did.
I don't think
don't need
Jalen
that.
Twyman, defensive
Yeah.
tackle, Pittsburgh. Does anybody need any looking around in other positions?
Running back, but I think I'm pretty sold already.
Let's see.
Yeah, Yeah, I like Jamar Jefferson a lot.
Yeah,
I do.
I
picked him in a few mocks to get drafted at 5 or 6.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm going for Cade Johnson.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Kade Johnson, wide receiver.
I've heard a lot of people be really high on him.
Now, who's the guy that the Panthers grabbed last year that you were just over the moon about? They didn't draft him, I think, but he was
Oh no, Omar Bayless. I just think he has potential there. I mean, for an undrafted guy, yes, I don't think he's going to become, superstar or anything.
Yeah.
Let's see. Trying to find Kade Johnson here just to kind of get an idea of what he is.
Yeah.
He's a smaller, kind of shiftier receiver.
Yeah. Put him at the slot. That'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
Who was your guy, Jason, that you really like at this spot?
For me, I'd say Jamar Jefferson to get that change of pace back that we've been looking for.
Okay. So is he what's he all about? Is he a big guy?
He's a bigger guy. I feel like he's able to. He's not like a world beater or anything, but at the same time, he'll get the job done. Very similar to Mike Davis, in my opinion.
He's 5'10", 216 pounds. He's listed as.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm the swing vote in this.
You're gonna be the swing vote unless you have another.
Let's go with Kade Johnson. I'm pretty sold.
Yeah, just kind of looking. I'm looking at Kade Johnson right now. He was at the Senior Bowl, and apparently had a really, really good week of practice. Just looking at his PFF grades here, he was the 8th receiver in 2008 out of 600 receivers, 33rd out of 691 in 2019. 2 elite grades. Again, South Dakota State, so you don't know what his competition has been, anything like that. But 5'10", 180 pounds, 23 years old. I'd be happy to go with that. I think the Panthers need to address wide receiver. Just looking at Robbie Anderson could be gone after this year. We've got the 5th-year option on DJ Moore, but then who knows what happens after that with him. This is the 5th round now, so you're not drafting a starting wide receiver here, but a guy that has good potential. Yeah,
and you never know who's going to get injured and how much depth we need at that position, or the Panthers will need.
True,
because I mean, I like Zylstra, but do we really want him playing quality minutes out there?
No.
Snaps? I mean,
probably not. Not.
So Kade Johnson, it is.
He's on the board.
I am loving our draft, guys. Can I say that?
It's very solid.
So far, so good. So what are we looking at here? I mean, we've addressed quarterback, offensive tackle, safety, corner, running back. Wide receiver. What are we thinking here for the 6th? We got 2 picks in the 6th round.
I'm still looking for more offensive line help if anybody decent hangs out there. Other than that, I say best player available, maybe a tight end, but I don't really know if there's any tight ends left that are quality.
The tight end boat is probably sailed. Yeah.
And we could still go running back as well.
Yeah, I mean, if Jason's running back is still there, then that's something we should take a look at.
Oh,
what you see?
Linebacker Amen. I get the worst. Agabong Baminga.
Oh, hold on. Let me tell you.
Why are you picking them out now?
No.
Yeah, I think you pretty much got it.
You're challenging yourself.
Ogbong Baminga. Yeah, you got it.
No, because this guy's like a very instinctive, fast type of linebacker that plays sideline. He's just
Daz Newsome.
Oh, never mind. I'll just keep my mouth shut because Chicago just drafted him.
Yeah,
Chicago again.
We just got a receiver though, so. McKinney's still available.
Yeah.
I mean, those jerseys will just sell themselves right off.
Yes, they will.
I bet you he does hope he gets picked by sort of Jaguars or something.
Yeah, some cat team.
All right. So we're in the 6th round here, just a few picks away. Taking an early look at the board here. Some linebackers. There's a tight end. Defensive tackle. I mean, we signed Daquan Jones, excuse me. But it's only for a year. So, drafting somebody like that might not be a bad idea. All right. It is our pick. So Sage Surratt, wide receiver out of Wake Forest. Trey McKitty, tight end out of Georgia. Tariq Thompson, safety. Taquan Graham, defensive tackle. Larry Borom, guard out of Mississippi. Anybody that's jumping out at either one of you guys here? I know we're in the 6th round. So
we are in the 6th round.
Yeah, maybe nothing to get too excited about here, but let me look up. I'm just gonna take a look at McKitty here. I do like the name.
He's a solid pass catcher from what I saw in Georgia games.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Taquan Graham here, defensive tackle. Big guy, 6'3", only 290 though for a defensive tackle. More of a 3 technique.
That's fine.
So let me read you some about little McKitty here. No, I should say Big McKitty because he's 6'5", 245.
Woo!
He is. Let's see. PFF says large catch radius, drastically improved run blocker in 2020. Basically, it says that he put his mind to improving there. He's got strong hands. Cons, let's see. Getting off the line is a process. He's big, so he's got to build up some speed. He's got a limited route tree. Again, that's to be expected, I think. And not a hugely not a fast guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wouldn't mind pulling the trigger on a tight end here. He's out of Georgia. That's a good pedigree. Maybe just as a guy that comes in and fills that Chris Manhertz role, just a good blocking tight end that Panthers really don't have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jake.
I'm okay with. Sorry, my brain stopped there for a moment. Cool. I was really hoping for more offensive line help, but I took a look at Larry Borom, not really feeling him.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah, let's go McKitty.
I'm good with McKitty too.
McKitty.
Hey.
Finally, and those jerseys, man. The jersey sales.
The jerseys. Let's go. Big business.
All right. So we've got one more pick here towards the end of the 6th round. It's a compensatory pick. Of course, the Panthers had 2 compensatory 6th-round picks, traded one to the Jets for Sam Darnold. What did you think about the compensation for Darnold? I know you don't love him as a player, but do you think the Panthers gave up too much to get him, or are you pretty happy with the compensation?
If he stinks it up, that 2nd rounder is going to hurt us.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of folks that are talking the Panthers maybe trading back in the 1st round a little bit to maybe recoup that 2nd round pick or potentially even a 1st round pick next year.
Potentially.
So, I mean, that could soften the blow a little bit, especially if they decide not to take a quarterback in the 1st round.
Yeah. I really do believe they're going to play it by ear.
Yeah. I think you have to at number 8 with so much questions ahead. I think if Sewell's there, I think they jump on it. I think if Fields is there, they jump on it. I think other than those 2 players, I really think that they'll probably look to drop back otherwise.
Yeah. All right. Final pick coming up here. Let's just looking at the board here.
I know who I want.
Uh-oh. I think Jerry might be looking at a corner.
I am looking at the top corner on the board. Shamar Jean Charles.
Appalachian State University.
Appalachian State. We've discussed him on the show before. He's a little bit smaller, 5'10", but he's a great slot corner, and I think he could be a great slot corner in the NFL.
Shoot, you find a starter that late, I'm on board.
It's always nice to draft a hometown guy too. You know, he's from Appalachian State. Panthers have always sort of drafted guys kind of close by Coastal Carolina.
Wait. I'm not bad to interrupt.
No. It's the war room.
Mukuamu felt? Yo. Why is he so low?
Israel
Mukuamu. I had him mocked in like round 4 in some of my mocks. Wow.
Okay, let's take a look at him.
Wow.
You know, I wouldn't mind doubling up on safety. Like, you know,
we did get a safety. That's true.
Yeah. Oh, we also got a corner too, but
yeah.
Well, you know, 6th round, like I said, you're drafting sort of home runs here. You know, potential home runs. Swinging for the fences. Swinging for the fences, I should say.
I'd say if it would be smarter to get a slot corner, though. I would think.
Let's see. So looking at Mukuamu here on PFF, they've got him as a 5th round guy. He had a pretty bad 2020. He had very good 2018, 2019, but kind of a bad 2020. Only played in 6 games though. So don't really know if COVID was affecting him. Maybe he had COVID and didn't know it or he did have COVID and knew it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, the 2020 grades, like I don't know how much stock you can put into it.
Yeah.
You know, half these guys didn't even play in 2020.
That's also very true.
So, yeah, I'm fine with either one of these guys. You know, I'll let you guys kind of battle it out. What you think?
I'm cool with Gene Charles, to be honest with you.
All right, I feel like
let's do it.
Like I won a lot of battles here today.
Hey.
So that's it for the Panthers.
That's the draft.
Oh, they didn't give us a trade grade or a draft grade. But
no, they don't do a grade here. That's unfortunate. No.
But I should give us an A. A+.
I give it. Yeah, that's a really good job, man.
Yeah.
I'll give us an A too.
All right.
Awesome. Good job, fellas.
Yeah.
Well, Jason, go ahead and let the people know where to follow you.
Oh, all right. Well, be sure to follow me on Twitter at JasonHewitt50. Follow Pancaked at Pancake Tweets and follow SI Panthers at SI_Panthers. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I got shout out wise.
All right. We want to thank everyone for listening. If you like the show, please let your friends know. Please follow us on Twitter at MeowMix Podcast. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at mailbag@meowmixpodcast.com. And if you leave us a 5-star review with a comment on Apple Podcasts, we'll read it on the show.
Yeah, we'll be back on draft night, Thursday night, with our rapid reaction of the first pick for the Panthers, whatever that might be. Could be the 8th pick, could be a little later on. But we will be there for that. And then I think we usually do the next night as well. So
yeah,
the 2nd and 3rd round picks. And then we'll probably come back like Sunday and talk
about
the draft
recap
overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
So until then, everybody out there, stay safe and keep pounding.